establishment. It's win or go home in Hammond. The Illinois State Redbirds are in the Bayou to take on Southeastern Louisiana as the FCS playoffs get underway. Appearance in the FCS playoffs, 7th under current head coach Brock Spack. Rittenhouse to throw, and he's got a completion on first down. That is Dylan Lord, redshirt freshman from Chandler, Arizona, who is really
and cover on the back ends when he breaks contain.
This is Wanker's right on second down, pushing the pile ahead. And he is just about to midfield on a gain of about 4. Peyton Anderson is in the country on third downs this year. Empty backfield, Rittenhouse to throw. And on a slant, he's got his man, Daniel Sobkowitz. Pulls it in, has the first down, and he is
205 pounds to shield those defenders.
50th catch of the year. Off play action. Rittenhouse tossing, looking for Sobkowitz. He high points it, and he's got it. A flag is down. Zach Johnson in cover. Connection with Sobkowitz.
Holding. Defense number 28. The penalties decline. First down.
Jeff Pumphrey, our referee. It is declined. It was on the opening drive of this game. Play fake. Rittenhouse, he can run, and he will dive into the end zone, and Illinois State strikes first. A methodical 6-play opening drive. They march it
ball early and, kind of get themselves back into that rhythm that they have been in all season.
Extra point from Matt Maldonado is away and through.
And then Rittenhouse to close it out with the ball fake, getting the defense to react and running it in for the touchdown.
On first down, Brandon Hayes is slipped up at the 25. And so camp begins things. 6th-year junior. He is a native of Bloomington, Normal, Illinois, which is right where Illinois State is located. That catch made by Jalen DiMaggio, junior from Lafayette, Louisiana.
He's a go-to target for Southeastern. And Caleb Proctor, he is the man in the trenches, the player of the year in the Southland Conference. Not defensive player, but overall player of the year from a defensive line perspective. So you can bracket him. We don't want to allow him to beat us up on the outside.
Camp steps up in the pocket, and he is taken down. Jake Anderson, redshirt junior from Davis, Illinois, makes the Selfo in his 8th season leading the Lions. This is DeAndre Jet Jackson. You can see why they call him Jet. He's got all kinds of wheels. He's to the 45-yard line and makes it a much more manageable third down and taking them to the playoffs for the 4th time. Carson Camp with a clean pocket. He throws underneath. That's a rare drop by Aiden Wilkinson, the sophomore tight ends. Illinois State has scored on their opening drive back to work as Rittenhouse keeps it off the option, and he finds Eddie Casper for a short gain.
It's the football. He's not holding on to it.
Rittenhouse 4 of 5 to start. They run it here with Victor Dawson, and he backpedals and churns his way for a first down to the 34-yard. You can see the power of Dawson to go with right and what he can do, how dynamic he is. It's Dawson again, looking for space to cut, and he is upended by Zach Johnson.
Very difficult to bring down.
6-yard gain on first down. It is Dawson again, nothing doing that time. Swallowed up by Jakiri Jones. 3rd and 4, needing the 44. Rittenhouse looking over the top for Sobkowitz. It's incomplete. Zach Johnson running with him in coverage. He had a step and he missed. FCS playoff appearance, 4th under Frank Selfo's watch. They hand it off to Jaden Henry on first down, and he has a nice gain. He is pushed back around the 12 after a gain of about 5 yards.
And you get in there and stop the running back.
Carson Camp, jet sweep handoff. Brandon Hayes, he's got speed to the outside, and he has the first down. Hayes, we talked about his 2 kick return touchdowns, and that was their 9th win of the year. Camp with a clean pocket on first down, and he's got a completion to Jordan Williams, a 5th-year senior, a Central Michigan transfer, his 11th catch of the season. Running back here is Jaden Henry, off play action. It's Hayes again, the outlet man, and he is shoved down by Ty Niekamp, who is a finalist for the Buck Buchanan Award for the top defense.
I look for that play as this game progresses as well.
Camp looks right, and he has his man, DeAndre Jet Jackson, who is swallowed up by Reese Edwards, fifth-year senior from... They go to the outside and DiMaggio. They want the ball in his hands at all times. He's taken down by Anthony Corona.
To be an athlete in open space, he feels like he can win that battle one-on-one.
A couple of tight ends on 3rd down and 2, and Kyle Lowe, seeing his first action at quarterback, sneaks it ahead and gets just enough for a first down. Yards and a TD through the air. He swings it out here. DeAndre Jackson with a seam, and Jackson is wrestled down into Illinois State territory. After a gain of 12, he's taken down by numbers. He's their 2nd leading rusher on the season, and this is what he can do very well. The design run. He just finds ways to seek holes and just sort of cleverly get through the cracks. Corona brings him down.
Just got prepared for it defensively this week because of how effective it was against them last week.
Camp back in. Down he goes. Anthony Corona, sophomore from Silver Lake, Wisconsin, gets his first. So Southeastern on 3rd and 12. Camp buying time on a crosser. That is complete.
And I like this play right here.
To keep this drive alive in Illinois State territory. Play clock inside of 5. Lowe on a run. Lowe taking off. He's got a seam. Lowe hits the afterburners. And inside the 20.
Said he's facing. He's trying to get a jump.
On 2nd and 20. They swing it out. And a huge hit. Ball is out. And Jackson fell on top of it after a gigantic hit from Cam Wilson. 50 is in the backfields. On 3rd and 20. They hand it off to Hayes. Just trying to get some of that yardage back and make it a more manageable field goal attempt as the clock will dwindle down here in this first 10 of 16 on the season. Mahler to hold it, and that kick is away and true. So well done from Guillermo Garcia. 7-yard catch today, one of his 2 grabs. On 1st down, Rittenhouse rolling left, and he'll tuck it and dive ahead and get to the 29-yard line on a gain of 4 yards. Cameron's right, the running back, on 2nd down. Rittenhouse swings it out to him, and Wright's got room to run. He's got a 1st down and more. Near the 40-yard line he goes on a gain of 10.
Inside and keep that inside leverage.
Rittenhouse off play action. Had a clean pocket initially. Now he throws it out of bounds, but a flag. Looking for Sopkowitz. Blaine district for 20 yards. Illinois State yet to be penalized. Wanker's right is met immediately at the line of scrimmage by Josh Randall. Southland Conference 2nd team selection. 5 of his 5.5 sacks this year came in Southland Conference play. Southeastern was dominant against FCS opponents this year. They outscored them by about 27 points per game. Went 9-1. Only loss was a 2-point defeat in Beaumont at Lamar, who is a playoff team. They're playing at Abilene Christian today. Gain of a half yard, 2nd and 9. Against a 4-man rush, Rittenhouse wisely tosses that one over the head of Wanker's right because he saw Ian Connerly Goodley, the safety, with
him to beat them.
Number 2 in green on that defensive front. 3rd and 9. Rittenhouse to Sopkowitz. He makes the catch. He is taken down by Zach Johnson after a gain of 5. It is Central Connecticut and Rhode Island. Rhode Island up 24-7 at the half at home. Dangerous pass is picked off. Oh, went right into the waiting arms of Mason Kaplan. He has his first career interception. Gets the ball deep in Southeastern territory. Can they capitalize off the turnover? It's Dawson with room. Dawson cuts it inside the 10, and it's 1st and goal to go for Illinois State after.
And once the big fella gets going, it's very hard to bring him down.
Dawson again, this time tries the right side, and a nice tackle out in space by Cameron Ford, native of Memphis. The 5th-year senior brings him down. You know, last week
pursuit to get to him, and he's not able to get those legs churning.
On 2nd and goal, a flag down as Dawson walks into the end zone for a touchdown, but there is a flag down in the backfields. So we'll see. Dawson in motion, empty set. Rittenhouse to throw. He's got a completion. It is Sopkowitz, and he's taken down by Zach Johnson. 7.
And it can't leave Zach Johnson alone on the outside. I think the safety needs to come over and help him.
Rittenhouse searching, rolling, lofts it, end zone, incomplete. Looking for Scotty Presson, his tight ends. He has had 4 blocked. This from 25. And that is no good.
And you have to wonder if those 4...
This second quarter clock. FCS playoffs round 1. Motion man's the tight ends in Collier, and Kyle Lowe is in at quarterback, giving off to Kyle Lowe still in at quarterback. He'll roll and throw, and he's got a completion to DiMaggio, who has his 4th catch of the day. And that is enough for Southeastern. And Jaden Henry runs into a wall.
Now, something to look for because of the downhill action of those linebackers.
I want him to be gap quick. Get ready to flip those hips.
Henry's still the running back. Here he is. He'll push the pile forward, but not for a ton. Gets 4. Sets up a more manageable 3rd down. They need the 43 to move the chains. Low. Rolling and throws, but shorter than the line to get. Aiden Wilkinson is tight ends, with Reese Edwards shoving him out of bounds after a go. And at the half, we've got a lot more to get to regarding the NDSU dynasty, along with a bracket preview of this season's FCS playoffs. Winker's right is ahead for 5.
That he continued to persevere and fight through it.
It's right, actually Rittenhouse that time, and he is swallowed up for a loss by Jakiri Jones. Gets his...
Sobkowitz, when he's on the outside, being covered by Johnson.
Watch 2, bottom of your screen. Rittenhouse hanging in, forces over the middle, and it's complete. And now they say no, they say it hit the turf. Looking for Dylan Lord. Way ahead of Southeastern in terms of being ahead of the sticks on 1st down. Carson Camp rolls, deflected, and knocked down. That one was nearly picked off. Patrick Bauer, sophomore from Mount Pleasant, Illinois.
Those guys, if you can't get to them, and get your hands up.
Camp, pressure coming. He steps up and buys some time. He's got his outlet man, Cade Collier, the tight end, who was all conferences, both a tight end. It's out his protections. Inside 5 to go in the 1st half. 4-man rush. Camp over the middle. Has himself another one of his tight ends. That's true freshman Lonnie Shin Jr.
Flowing to the outside and leaving the middle of the field open.
Camp to his left. He's got DiMaggio open, has him along the sideline, and DiMaggio fights for 1st down yardage and has it. He's a tough cover for anyone, period, let alone DeBose.
Absolutely.
Camp against a 4-man rush. Steps up in the pocket. Looking around, and he will dive out of bounds. Anthony Coronas, bottom of your screen, Jalen DiMaggio, Southeastern's leading receiver. And Henry tries to bounce it outside, and he is to the 40. Hayes, the motion man. They hand it off to Henry. He breaks a tackle. Henry is loose, and Henry's got a 1st down. Well, he shed 1 tackler in the backfields. Southeastern is driving. Kyle Lowe fakes the handoff. He throws in the flat to his tight ends. And that is Aiden Wilkinson brought down by Dorian DuBose after a gain of 2. It's the 9th play. Carson Camp in the flat to Jackson. And he can't shed the tackle that time of Dorian DuBose, redshirt freshman from St. Louis. Gains the motion man. Camp fakes it to the flat and now has to just toss it underneath. And that's incomplete, so Steffen with pressure right up the gut in the face of Camp. There were... And Lowe on the keeper, makes a cut, and he did not get there. Illinois State swallows him up right around the line of scrimmage. And you don't put anything by him in this offense with how quickly they can move. Victor Dawson with a crease. And Dawson not falling down, just shy of the 40. Picks up 9 yards on that first
bounce, and they ran with really good vision.
Rittenhouse empty set. He feels pressure. He finds Sobkowitz, who was upended by Shakespeare Lewis after a game run.
And these safeties need to get more depth.
Inside 20 seconds, Rittenhouse, sideline, Sobkowitz. Those two are just always on the same page. They are inching towards field goal range. Rittenhouse against a 5-man rush. Rolls right and tosses out of bounds into the southeastern sideline with 6 seconds left.
And Jake Pope got away with the loudest receivers to get past you.
4-man rush. Rittenhouse hangs in, and down he goes. Evan Aubrey, the redshirt freshman from Ontario, Canada, kept him under control.
Cấp tính rất là đặc
3rd
hiệu.
down and 12.
Và nếu như mà
Carson
mình
Camp
không
over the middle,
mình không
wide
có điều
open
trị đúng mức
man is
thì
his
sau
tight
đó
end
nó sẽ
Lonnie
chuyển
Shin
thành ra viêm
Jr.
mãn,
How
có
about the
nhiều
true
cái nốt
freshman
oxy
with a
và nó
second
ảnh hưởng
catch
tới
today?
As well as Dexter Newcamp, and he does a good
Vậy
job
thì
of
lý do
locating.
tại sao lại có một cái mối quan hệ giữa tình trạng đau khớp và thời tiết như vậy, đặc biệt là vào mùa mưa
He's
của bác
going
sĩ
the
Phục
other
Lan?
way.
chúng ta
And
biết
it
là
bounds
khi
into
mà cái
southeastern
mùa
territory.
kèm theo với lại cái nhiệt độ lạnh thì chính cái nhiệt
Rittenhouse
độ
fakes the
lạnh này
handoff.
nó sẽ làm
Pressure
cho
coming on
cái
him, and he
hơi
throws on the
cái
run to
cô
Luke
đặc
Maylander.
cái
Redshirt
dịch
freshman from Elmhurst,
cái
Illinois,
hoạt dịch
has
trong
his
khớp
first
tốt
Southeastern.
cho cơ thể thì cái vận động nó
Rittenhouse
cũng đóng một cái vai
on a
trò
crosser.
rất là quan
That's
trọng.
complete to
Luôn luôn
Sobkowitz.
cái vận
And he
động
lunges ahead
nó
for a
không
first
chỉ
down.
đơn thuần và
Needed
nó làm
11,
cho
got 13.
giảm được vận động. Và không
Wakers
chỉ
right
như
in the
vậy,
backfield.
cái vận động này
He goes
nó
right
sẽ
up the
làm
gut.
cho
He is
đánh
reaching
được
to the
luôn
goal
cái tình
line.
trạng mất
No
xương
single
và
touchdown.
nó đánh luôn được cả giảm
Wakers
sát,
right
nó
in
hạn
for
chế luôn cả
6.
tình trạng mất
And
cơ.
Illinois
Đó là
State
những cái
extends
vấn
its
đề
lead to
mà
a
nó rất
couple of
Cao. Và điều này vô
inside
tình
the
trở
one
thành
on
một
first
môi
and
trường
goal.
ẩn chứa nhiều tác nhân gây hại cho sức khỏe
It
của
is
chúng ta.
Wakers right
Tấn công
again.
người bệnh dị ứng và một số bệnh nhân đến khám da liễu cũng có xu hướng gia tăng tại nhiều bệnh viện. Vậy thì làm sao để kiểm soát bệnh dị ứng?
7 cách dùng chuối xanh cho người cao tuổi, ngừa teo cơ, yếu chân, cơ bắp phục hồi. Chào mừng quý cô bác, anh chị đến.
Thì trong cái bối cảnh mà khi mà người bệnh phải tiếp xúc với lại cái khói xe hoặc là khi mà độ ẩm tăng cao thì cũng sẽ dẫn tới đó là làm tăng những cái nồng độ làm dị nguyên và các cái chất gây nhiễm trong không khí như là thì như vậy đó là sẽ vô tình làm cho những người bị viêm da cơ địa nhất là có cái cơ dị ứng đấy, làm cho cái tình trạng viêm da cơ địa trở nên nặng hơn, khó kiểm soát hơn, bị bệnh viêm da và đôi khi đó là đó
That was shaky.
Ừ,
He
nhất là nếu mà
did a
những người
good
đó có
job
cái
of
tình trạng
gaining
bị hen
control of
suyễn
that
hoặc là
football. You
bị
see him
dị ứng
kind of
thì
shaking
cái
his
triệu chứng
head,
cũng sẽ
walking towards the
trở nên
sideline.
có thể
But
nặng
that
hơn và
was
khó
a
kiểm
tough
soát hơn.
catch.
Và có một cái
Sobkowitz
yếu
put
tố
a
cũng rất là
lot on
quan
that
trọng đấy, đó
football.
là
Now
thấp dưới
2nd
30%
down and 7 for
thì nó là
Southeastern as
sẽ
they try to
khô da
respond.
và làm cho cái viêm
Carson
da
Camp
hơn.
in this
Nhưng
offense,
mà nếu mà một
and that's
người viêm
incomplete,
da
looking for DiMaggio with a flag.
thì khi mà cái độ ẩm mà tăng quá cao thì cũng
It's
không
on
tốt để làm sao.
Lashavion.
Khi mà cái việc chúng ta có bệnh, đặc biệt là bệnh lý về dị ứng về da mà chúng ta không được điều trị kịp thời thì có thể dễ dẫn đến những cái biến chứng gì. Và ngoài ra thì nó còn sẽ tác động đến kể cả chất lượng cuộc sống và tâm lý của người bệnh ra sao.
QB
Bệnh
draw,
nhân
something that
đã
hurt
có
Illinois
một cái
State
phác đồ
last
điều trị
week.
ổn định và bệnh nhân có thể
Hayes in
tự
the
nhiên
flat.
được.
He's
Thì
a
như vậy đó
speedster,
là cái
and
việc
he's got the
mà bệnh nhân
outside.
tự điều trị
He's in a
ổn
foot
không
race.
sao miễn là bệnh nhân
Tiptoes the
có một bác sĩ
sideline.
nhiễm đồng hành
Hayes
cùng.
is out of
Thì tuy nhiên nó
bounds.
sẽ có những
He's
trường
going
hợp
to race into the end zone. They'll say he's 45 years later. Not doing my math properly. They meet again.
Dễ mình sợ nhất là
Carson
cái tình
Camp,
trạng bụi nhiễm
screen.
ở trẻ bị tràm
It's
và viêm da
Jackson.
cơ địa. Và trong những
Tries to
trường hợp
shake a
đấy
couple
đó
of
thì đôi khi
defenders.
đó là lại phải dùng tới kháng
And
sinh.
Niekamp simply would not let go of his
Và ngoài
ankle.
cái cảm thấy đó là bệnh nhân có những cái triệu chứng đột
On
cấp
3rd and 6,
mà được xịt thuốc theo hướng
Camp
dẫn
with
của bác sĩ
pressure, feels
thông
it,
thường sẽ là
steps
xịt
up,
3 lần
and
mỗi
throws
tuần,
it right
không
into the
phải
hands
xịt
of
không hết.
Niekamp.
Thì lúc đó chúng ta là
He
phải
will
bệnh viện
stroll
để được hỗ trợ
down into Southeastern
Got to get a stop on this drive. I don't think they can allow the Redbirds to score again.
Not going to happen there. Dawson is just so explosive. You can see the way he turns those legs. Came in again as their leading rusher. A year ago,
Với những chia sẻ vừa rồi thì có thể thấy một cái vấn đề là chúng ta cần phải quan tâm nhiều hơn với sức khỏe. Đôi khi mà những cái bệnh lý như mình chia sẻ thì mọi người vẫn hơi yên một chút bởi vì nó không có quá nguy hiểm. Nếu như mà mình không xử trí kịp thời thì nó cũng rất là nguy hiểm như bác sĩ cũng vừa.
Và nếu như mà làm cả 3 lần như vậy trong một tiếng mà vẫn không hết thì
it's
chúng
Dawson
ta phải tới bệnh
right
viện.
up the gut.
Rồi.
And the ball comes loose. Southeastern's got it. The Lions had to do something defensively. They force a fumble. Our stages here in Hammond, Louisiana. Southeastern back to work after forcing a huge fumble on Illinois State. And Jaden Henry able to rumble ahead to the 12 for a game. The power and core can't be the last line of defense. 3rd and 5.
Và nhưng
Final
mà
minute
ở ngoài
of the
đường khi
third.
chúng ta đi ngoài đường
Winkers
về đó thì
right, taken down.
chúng ta tiếp xúc
And
với
that's
rất là
the
nhiều
stop
chất lượng
Southeastern's defense desperately needed.
needed.
A punt from Hayden Fuchs to start off this fourth quarter is a line drive towards Dekai Joseph that goes out of bounds. This offense, which has been stuck in neutral since they're only...
I thought that was kind of a game changer right there.
Low finds Jackson. That's a good way to start off the drive. It feels...
And that lets you know defensively how much they bring pressure, and they're doing a good job of reading the opposing team's quarterback and making it very difficult on them to pass the football. Now, one of us have been the big difference, and Illinois State is converting those into touchdowns.
Camp to his tight end, Cade Collier. Drives have ended via interception. Jaden Henry trying to bust a big one. And he's across the 35-yard line to the 30.
Three-man rush. I think he got rid of it prematurely.
On 2nd and 20. Lowe checking his progressions. And he's got Collier on a check down.
One of those guys that's up on the line of scrimmage back into the mid-range in coverage, but then you'll see a three-man front, and then they'll bring 5 and drop 6 into coverage.
Good throw from Lowe. He's got
in the soft spot.
9th different Southeastern line to catch a ball today. And meanwhile, nowhere to run.
They're showing 6 at the line of scrimmage right now. And you see Camp dropping over. Now they're going to change and shift to something different.
It is Jackson.
Downhill.
3rd down and 9. Southeastern needs the 43. It's caught by Jackson of this bracket. Winkers right in the backfield with Tommy Rittenhouse. Wright gets the handoff and charges ahead for 3.
Team can go do. They can go and change it up, and they turned it all the way around to come back and win that game. What a huge win for them.
There's Caleb Proctor. NFL and FCS showcase in Nashville in January. It's Winkers right running it, and he won't get much. And Dexter, his youngest son, has 6. Carson Kemp and Southeastern back to work. Another deflection. State defense, 1 shy of their 5 at SEMO in the first round last year. And now Winkers right to the ground. Winkers right again with a seam. And Winkers right into the second level. Of course, he's engaged to be married next year. And yeah, he's a terrific running back on top of all of that. Here he is again. And plunges forward for...
Absolutely beautiful.
And now he's trying to raise money for his sister to go to college, which is even better. Here he is again. Straight ahead, plows forward. Right. Glatt's the running back. 3rd down and 2. They give it to him. He dives ahead. Can the Lions defense get a stance? They hand it off to Glatt. No, they fake it. It's Rittenhouse keeping. He faked everyone, including
South State, which we thought was over. But it just doesn't look very good for Southeastern at this point.
Now, meanwhile, Glatt's back to North Dakota State, I should say, away to the winner. Another goal-to-go spot, and this time Glatz. So Seth Glatz with his 3rd rushing touchdown of the season. Maldonado on for the extra point. And that is a game as their season dwindles down. Kyle Lowe looking to pass. And that one bounced up. 4 picks. 3 by Camp, 1 on Lowe on the Southeastern quarterbacks. Lowe, meanwhile, off the hands of his target. Possible to win at. Lowe backpedaling. Lofts it for Collier. He's got that one. And then the ball was Jardfo, whose team wins 9 games this year for the 3rd time under his watch. 6 opponents over the last 2 seasons. And they advance to face top